Hey guys, what's going on? My name is the Librarian, welcome to the Ozzimon Library. And honestly, to tell you guys the truth, I just haven't been feeling great. I feel like really lightheaded, and I feel... Oh jeez, now I need to sneeze. Oh Jesus, now I feel much better. Oh damn. Oh, sorry about that. I must have had some, stuck in my sinuses. Anyway, now that I'm feeling a bit more chipper, let's dive in with today's video. So recently, we created rookie level Digimon based off the main 5 Teen Titans, and in today's video we're going to be giving them Digi-Egg Armour evolutions, and I cannot wait to dive into this video. Now, by all means, if you guys want me to cover like one particular Digimon here and give them all the Digi-Egg Armour evolutions, by all means I will, but in this video I'm just going to give each one single Digi-Egg Armour evolution, and I will be going down the rules of Digi-Armour evolution that Carney X also does on his channel, which is basically following the 02 anime sort of style where they're representing the Digi-Egg armor, but also the Digimon can be seen somewhere underneath. Okay, everyone cool with that? Let's dive in. Let's start off with Vic Borgmon, my rookie level Digimon based off Cyborg. When it comes to this Digimon, I had to give him the Digi-Egg of Knowledge. Of course I did, because Cyborg is of course half a living computer. He's literally full of information. So with that being said, I decided to go down the insect route, because that's usually what happens with Digi-Egg of Knowledge Digi-Armour evolutions. Man, this is going to be a hard video to record. So I decided to go down an insect route, keeping the legs kind of the same with Vic Borgmon, just making them slightly bigger, keeping the grey as well for the underbelly, but the rest of him is going to be yellow, keeping the crest obviously somewhere on the body, making sure I've got a red circle somewhere to symbolise Cyborg, and I'm going to give this nice big stinger-like tail with a little bit of a point to it representing the point on the egg. So with that being said, I present to you Insecto Gridmon, the Digi-Armour evolution of Knowledge. So with this Digimon absolutely adores consuming data. He will do anything to harvest data from any living or non-living thing, and he's a bit of a bad egg, if you will, no pun intended. So this name, Insecto Gridmon, is broken down into 2 parts. Insecto, meaning of course insect, just with an O on the end, but Grid is actually a reference to Grid, the DC character. Grid is the complete opposite to Cyborg, depending on which iteration of DC you're kind of looking at. I most know him for the Crime Syndicate's version of Cyborg, and that of course being Grid. So I made this Digimon a bit more of an evildoer, so there we have Insecto Gridmon. This is the first time I've ever drawn anything beastie like this, and it was actually a lot of fun to draw. So I hope you guys do, of course, appreciate my little attempt here. Now let's dive in to my favourite Teen Titan, Beast Boy. This is a low field mon. This Digimon is my Beast Boy rookie level Digimon, and we decided to give him the Digi-Egg of Friendship. Why? Because, well, it's Beast Boy. He's friends with everybody. He has a really good relationship with Raven, his best friend is Cyborg, and honestly, I feel like he'd be the one that everyone would want to be friends with, so I think it makes perfect sense. So with that, I decided to go down a really odd different route here. 90% of the time, the Friendship Egg evolutions aren't aquatic, and this isn't aquatic, but it is a gigantic starfish, making sure that I cover him in armor, one gigantic eye, throwing in the logo, the crest at the top as well, making sure I add little lightning bolt things to represent the egg, keeping the pattern, the egg in there too, but I now present to you Starro Beastmon. Starro Beastmon is actually a massive nod to the comic books. There was a comic book run where Beast Boy got kind of like mind controlled in a sense and got turned into a massive Starro, which of course is a big gigantic star alien thing in DC history. But he manages to completely mind wipe and control a lot of the DC characters that we all know and love. So that's a massive reference to that. I kept the armor, literally making it armor, kept the crest at the top as well, and of course he's got a big eye. So this is just a massive love letter to that comic book run. The name Starro comes from the actual DC character Starro, and Beast just, well, he's Beast Boy. You know, why the hell not? So this is Lowfieldmon's Digi-Egg of Friendship, Digi-Armour Evolution, and of course it's Starro Beastmon. Let me know what you guys think of this one too. So now let's dive in with one of the girls, shall we? Raven was last in the last video, so let's do her next. Ravenmon is my Raven rookie level Digimon, and we kind of decided to give her the Digi-Egg of Sincerity, because the whole deal with her becoming White Raven, her whole relationship with her father, being a user of dark magic. So, yeah, she gets the Digi-Egg of Sincerity. I think that's kind of obvious. When it comes to Digi-Egg of Sincerity, there's a lot of grass, forestry, and ninja themes going on here. So that's exactly what I did. I made sure I kept that up too. So I'm drawing here is kind of a mixture of Raven's dark, warlock-esque mistress type look, but adding a lot of ninja themes, adding a lot of gold into the mix, all this like goldy-esque colour. It's not exactly gold, is it? Making sure there's a lot of green in there too, giving it shuriken-esque like in her hand, adding a lot of grey for some weird reason. I don't know why I gave it hoofs, but I ended up giving him her hoofs for some weird reason. Making sure I give her full eyes once again because obviously Trigon. I'm obviously representing my fan for Naruto by putting the crest on it, like some form of like metallic headpiece, because why the hell not? Keeping the purple in there too for Raven. But yeah, overall, I really like this design. It makes no sense for Raven, but I'm trying to follow the laws of 02's Armour Evolution sort of mechanics. So for that, I give you Trikagemon. Now, the name is broken down into two parts again. The Kage part is a reference for Naruto, another one of my favourite animes, because of the Hokage, the Kazekage, etc, etc. But the Tri part comes from Trigon, because obviously that is Raven's father. This Digimon is an absolute menace, can move quick, but also cast a lot of spells. She'll move quickly in the shadows and attack very silently with potent magical potential. So yeah, that is the Digi-Egg of Sincerity given to Ravenmon, and honestly, I absolutely adore what I did here. It makes absolutely no sense at all, but I absolutely love it, of course. Let's dive in with Nightwing. This is Nightwingmon, my rookie level Digimon base of Nightwing. I went with Nightwing because I feel like there's a lot of stuff we could do here with Robin, and that's exactly what we did with the Digi-Egg of Courage. Of course, Nightwing's gonna get the Digi-Egg of Courage. It makes perfect sense for him to have that precise egg. So I now have to keep up with the whole theme of course, adding a lot of this fire-looking egg. Now, I will say this, there is technically something I didn't do here. The big blade on the egg I didn't really add to the design. There wasn't really anywhere I felt comfortable putting it. Now, I did give him talons and claws once again, so you could just say it's represented there, but yeah, I'm sorry, there just wasn't anywhere I could actually feel like putting it and feel comfortable doing it. But anyway, let's dive in with the design. I'm going to be basing this a lot off of Robin to a certain extent, and I'm keeping lots of bright colours, but also kind of making him feel like a Robin sort of superhero sort of character. Digi-Egg of Courage is all about being courageous, and I felt like this kind of worked well here. So I give you Robin 5mon. There's a reason for the name too. The first one is because the absolute Batman comic has just recently introduced the Robins, and they're all working together to come, like, kind of, collaboratively pilot a massive machine thing. But there's also 5 main Robins, so of course I had to name him Robin 5mon. I want to do other things with Robin as well, so I thought if I name him Robin 5mon, it kind of gives me leeway to use Robinmon if I ever need to. So as you can see, he's wearing the armour, kind of like a superhero suit. I kept the crest on the mask, I think that works really well, giving him some blonde hair and bright blue eyes. You can definitely see Nightwingmon underneath the armour as well, with the dark colours and the bright blue and stuff. There's also an R on his belt, just to symbolise, you know, well, I mean, it's Robin, so he'd have an R somewhere, right? So this is, of course, Robin 5mon. And last but not least, let's dive in with our Starfire. This is Korimon, my rookie level Starfire Digimon. And with this, I had to give her the Digi-Egg a love. She is one of the most passionate Teen Titan characters ever to exist, but of course she's also in love with Dick Grayson, and personally, my favourite relationship that Dick Grayson ever has. So we gave her the Digi-Egg of love. The Digi-Egg of love, honestly, I'm afraid, doesn't actually show a lot here. I didn't represent the Digi-Egg a lot in this design. I went down a warrior fighter princess, very kind of like Katana vibes from Mortal Kombat. Keeping the skin colour, making her an actual, more of a humanoid woman this time, giving her long flowy hair, of course. I do represent the armour in some ways though, giving her these cool wristbands, the metallic boots, and a hairpin that are represented by the egg. Also a belt which holds the Digicrest, of course. I'm making sure that her headpiece do resemble Starfire a bit more as well, keeping the colour palette similar too. This is the weakest one out of the designs, I'm not gonna lie, because of the lacking of armour, but I did at least do something there, keeping the little fin blades on the edge of the wings too, adding on to the armbands to kind of give her a bit more of a swing if she ever wanted to use them in a violent way. But this is Princess Tamarimon. Why that name? Because one, Starfire is a princess, and she's Tamaranian. Tamaranian. So, Princess Tamarimon. I just thought that would sound cool, I guess. But here we are with my 5 Digi-Egg evolutions. I hope you guys actually like these, and let me know if you want me to focus on one particular rookie level Digimon, and of course, give them all the Digi-Eggs. I'm so happy to do that by all means. I didn't dive in and give all of these Digimon abilities. That was actually really hard to do last time. I may stick that just to the original rookie level Digimon. Not entirely sure. But yeah, I'm willing to give all of the rookie level Digimon in training forms, champion forms, and of course other Digi-Egg forms. So do let me know out of the 5 which one I should tackle next. With that being said though, I appreciate every single one of you for watching this video. A massive shout out to Cosmic Rust Animations, the guy who designed my new avatar. Yeah, this is my new look and I'm absolutely loving this, by the way. Cosmic Rust Animations is really well known for his animation movies, his live action movies, and also mostly, I think he's most well known for is his Lego Power Ranger Morph animation shorts, which I've also interviewed him on my podcast, the Tiger Nexus podcast, so you should definitely check that out too. But yeah, massive thanks to Cosmic Rust Animation. Robin, this avatar is absolutely clean. I can't wait to keep using this, and I thank you so much. With that being said, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, roar of passion, and I shall see you guys in the next one.